Alrighty, so here are a few examples straight off the homework, so go get that. And you're welcome to copy them down. So I go through them and I talk about it here. List the corresponding angles and sides of the two rectangles. So here's the thing. We got to pay attention to what matches what. Obviously, this long side matches a long side over here. So I'm going to go alphabetical, and I'm just going to list it here, so just a second. So PQRS is similar to ABCD. So that means, again here, notice, P matches A, Q matches B, R matches C, and S matches D. If you don't believe me, I can turn it on its side here so you can see it better, right? Turn it on its side so you can see what it looks like there. Now you can see the match up, and it's okay to turn your paper if you have to do that. So this is just a list. I'm not making you find the proportions. List the corresponding angles and sides of the two rectangles. And again, we know that order matters. So we know, let's start with angles, okay? We know that angle P matches, we can say congruent, right? Angle A. We can say angle Q, oops, there we go. Q is congruent with angle B. We can say that angle R is congruent with angle C. Again, hopefully we're catching on, right? PA, QB, RC. Finally, SD. So angle S is congruent with angle D. Whoops, I forgot angle marks on those. There we go. Alrighty, so that's the first part of it. Congruency of the angles. Now, the other part, the sides are going to be proportional. So we won't use any kind of equal part, just be the swiggle, the tilde on its own. So we're going to match our sides. Now, again, we list sides with two side lengths, or two letters rather, PQAB, right? PQAB. So paying attention, order matters. I'm a real stickler on that. And make sure, again, we don't zigzag like PQSR. That doesn't make sense. PQRS, ABCD, right? Going around the outside. So, start with the first side, PQ, AB. Notice PQ, AB. So PQ, get the side marker there, is congruent, or similar rather, with AB. Again, don't forget the mark above it. I will count it wrong if you don't. Then, QR, BC. QR, BC, or BC if you prefer here, because we rotated it, right? So, QR and BC. QR and BC. Then we have RS, CD. So RS is similar to CD. And we're going to finish this up, the last ones, and you can go SP, right? SP, right? DA, DA. So SP and DA. So SP and DA. There we go. So that is showing that these corresponding sides over here are similar, right? They're proportional. And we could prove that here if we wanted to. And that the angles are equal in the proper order. Order matters. We've discussed this already. Order matters. Okay, don't forget that, all right? Because I will count it against you. Absolutely, I'm really picky about this sort of thing. Alrighty, so we're going to list all pairs of congruent angles and sides. So all pairs of congruent angles and sides. Notice the markers, right? C has 2, Y has 2, D has 3, R has 3. B and B, right, each have 1. So we'll start with angles. Angle B is congruent with, well, angle B. And if you don't like the fact that we're using one letter, you could do the old-fashioned, right? CBR, DBY. That's not a bad idea either. So you could also say, again, angle CBR. I know you learned this part last year. Is congruent with angle YBD. Angle YBD. The others, though, there's no confusion there. We know angle C is congruent with angle Y. Again, that's double arc marks there. And angle R is congruent, that's an R, I promise, is congruent with angle D. So there's your angles and your sides. So same kind of thing. Notice single mark, double mark, triple mark, triple mark. So we'll start out with BR. So side BR is congruent with side BD. Oops, BD. Don't forget again, put that line segment mark above. So BR, BD. How about BC? Right, is congruent with BY. And then finally, CR is congruent with, let's see, CR with DY. There we go. So that's all pairs of congruent angles and sides. Again, for that angle B, if you prefer, you can use the old-fashioned way. That way I know for sure you know what you're talking about. Once again, all pairs of congruent sides and angles. Obviously, this EH matches the FG, right? EH matches FG. So we'll start with the sides, right? So EH is congruent with FG, and we know that because they're labeled, right? We know that FH matches FH, right? Since it shares that one. So FH, line segment matches, you can call it HF if it makes you happy. And then finally, the last two on here is EF and GH. EF and GH. So EF and GH. So there's your sides. Your angles, now this is where it becomes confusing. Here, F could mean this angle or this angle. H could mean this angle or this angle. So on this one, I might use the old-fashioned one, EHF, right? Notice that EHF. Notice the vertices in the middle, the vertex in the middle. So angle EHF is going to be congruent with, now again, let's see here, EHF is going to be GFH. GFH. Angle GFH. So those are the two 90-degree ones. That's easy enough. The outside ones. G is going to match E, right? So angle G, angle G is congruent with angle E. And then, what else do we have? We have the one that goes like this, right? So this one here, and what I really mean, again, is this one and this one, right? So, what we're going to use is the old-fashioned way, EFH, right? EFH. So, angle EFH is congruent with, so, what do we say? EFH, right? So, GHF. GHF. Angle GH. Angle GHF. So there you go. All angles and all sides. Got to be careful on this one to make sure I know exactly what angle you're really talking about. Alrighty, this one, don't even have to draw a picture. We have XYZ, RST, all pairs of congruent angles. Remember, order matters. So, angle X matches angle R, right? They're congruent. Angle Y is congruent with angle S, and angle Z is congruent with angle T. And if you do it right, you get XYZ, RST, same order. You know, I just realized this one's actually supposed to say sides. So, well, fine, we'll leave the work. That's actually the answer for number 5, which we did in the example video. So let's do the sides, shall we? Let's do that. So we're going to have XY, right, is going to be congruent with RS, and YZ is going to be congruent with ST, and ZX is going to be congruent with TR. There you go. That's your sides. Again, order matters. Okay, so we're going to say that these two triangles, XYZ, RST, are congruent. List the congruent angles. Order matters. XR, YS, ZT. Okay, so we say that angle X matches, right, congruent with angle, almost wrote triangle, angle, whoopsie, nuts, okay, so that should say angle, hang on, I'm just going to start over on that one there, alright, angle X congruent with angle R. Angle Y, congruent. I always keep messing that up, don't I? Congruent, there we go, with angle S. And finally, angle Z, congruent with angle T. That's all three of them matched up. Again, order matters. Now how much I can stress that. X, Y, Z, R, S, T. X, R, Y, S, Z, T. Order matters. Okay, so this one we're going to list all pairs of congruent sides. We could do it without drawing the pictures. I'm going to draw the pictures for you just to make sure. Now it says they're congruent, so that means they're same size and shape. Okay? Same size and shape. Don't make fun of my art here. So we're going to draw them A, B, C, D. Don't zigzag. Right? Don't go A, B, C, D. And then we have L, M, N, O. Now they are congruent. So that means this side matches this side, right? This one matches this one. This one matches this one. This one, oops, 4, there we go, matches this one. Alrighty. And again, up here, order matters. A, B, L, M. B, C, M, N. C, D, N, O. D, A, O, L. So, congruency. So, A, B. Again, don't forget the length segment marker there. Congruent with L, M. BC, congruent with M, N. CD, there we go, congruent with NO. And finally, DA, congruent with OL. Order matters. Order matters. Okay? Alrighty. So you do the rest of the worksheet and then check it. I'll have the rest of them in the other answer key for you here in just a moment. Alrighty, to finish this thing up, we say that RST, so RST, LMN are congruent. They're identical. And RST and QPR, right, now also means LMN. These guys are, this one's similar to the other two. These are equal. This is similar to these two guys. Now it says, use a Venn diagram to compare and contrast similar and congruent triangles. All I really want, folks, is this. Same thing from your notes. Right there. Just tell me that. Tell me the corresponding sides are congruent. So, again, if it's congruent, whoops, haha. If it's congruent, right, all the sides are equal. So, RS matches LM, RT matches LN, ST matches MN. However, if they're similar, they are proportional. RS, QP, RT, QR, ST, PR. And then the angles, no matter what, match up. So RST is equal to LMN, which is equal to QPR. Alrighty? Now, be careful. My quiz or test might reverse these two things. So you got to know congruent goes here, similar goes here, and the middle's the middle no matter what. So there you go, the answer key for the activity.